Hey guys, and welcome to Gwent, the Witcher card game. My name is Jaggerous, and today I have another ranked Skellige deck for you guys. And Skellige is doing really well in this current meta. There's a lot of different variety you can put into the deck. There's a lot of different options you have, whether it be cursed or standard discard, or in this case, this is a Greatsword discard, basically. Greatsword movement discard. And the way this deck works is that we're going to have a basic kind of discard underlying setup. So we have Ceres, we have Morkvarg, we have King Bran, and we actually also have this new card, Wolfsbane. While in your graveyard, after 3 turns at the start of your turn, boost the lowest ally by 6 and damage the highest enemy by 6. So this will give us basically points in the future. So we have this as our kind of basic discard package, and we can obviously trigger the resurrect of Ceres with our Sigurdriffers, with our Priestess of Freyas, with our Clan Drummond Warmongers into our 2 Clan and Crate Raiders. So we have lots of discard and res, for example. On top of that, I'm actually running Holger Blackhand, which we can use to damage unit by 5, and if it was destroyed, strengthen Ceres if we have this in hand early. And if we don't have this in hand early, we can always use this to strengthen our Champion of Champions if he gets quite big, or our Clan and Crate Greatswords if they get quite big. So we have a lot of options in terms of what gets strengthened, and that will give us big res targets. So like I said, we have this kind of res undertone, and then we also have this Greatsword Light Longship synergy. The great swords, basically every 2 turns, if they're damaged, they reset and then they strengthen by 2. And the boats, they damage the unit to the right by 1 and then strengthen themselves by 2 every turn at the start of your turn. So that's kind of what happens. So that's their deployability, and then it happens every turn. So we can basically synergize these. And previously the issue was people would often move your units around. You know, movement is very big at the moment. But with Gedyneith Flaminica, we can actually use her to move 2 allies to the same row as her. So we can use her to basically fix things if our opponent happens to mess them up. And we have 3 of her. On top of that, we have Champion of Champions, which we can clear the row of with Gedyneith as well. If anything happens to be on the same row as our good friend Champion of Champions, we can kind of deal with that with these as well, which is nice. We then have Donar for an unlock. We have Sig, who is just a great resurrection. We can use her to resurrect Champion of Champions, for example, if it gets very big. Alternatively, just res one of our other targets. We have 3 Priestess of Freya, which will allow us to replay our Great Swords and our Light Longships. We have Muzzle, move a bronze or silver enemy with 8 power or less to the opposite row, so we can use this to kidnap units from our opponent, or take back our units if they kidnap them with Muzzle. You could run Coral instead of this, but I feel like at the current state of Gwent, Muzzles, you know, is kind of very good, and it's worth kind of slotting into a lot of your decks. And then we have Udalric, which gives us an option for card advantage. He does discard a card, so if he happens to have a Clan and Crate Raider, we can discard that. Alternatively, it gives us targets that we can potentially resurrect. So Udalric is nice as an option for that. That is the deck, you guys, and if you do enjoy this video, maybe hit that thumbs up button. And without further ado, I'm going to jump into a ranked game and showcase this deck in action for you.
Why should I help you?
Of course, friend.
Okay, so against Unseen Elder, which usually means consume, which is a bit awkward because Karen can eat Champion of Champions. In terms of the mulligan, you don't want Clan and Crate Raiders, and you don't want things that you're going to be discarding. So Morkvarg and Ceres, for example. Mulligan Ceres, Mulligan Morkvarg. Other than that, this hand is okay. We have some boats, we have some great swords. We don't have a lot of reses, and we don't have Champion of Champions, which is kind of awkward, so we can't set that up. But we have other options in terms of setting up points with the great swords, for example. So all in all, it's not too bad. And Unseen Elder is going first. It would have been nice to have Donar, because being able to lock their neckers is quite good, but we also have Muzzle. He just dry passed. Is there any point in setting up the discard here then? Morkvarg would come out, and then he would res, and we'd have the timer on Wolfsbane. Because alternatively we play Greatsword. No, I think we do this, right?
Set at my table, and let's drink.
Like, this seems to be the smarter play. It also stops us from drawing into these, which we don't want to do. So let's just basically do this, because the Wolfsbane triggers after 3 turns, so it'll trigger just on the next turn, basically. And if we dry pass him here on the next turn, it actually will trigger on the final turn. And long rounds are good for us, because we're going to be getting a lot of attrition points. So long rounds are actually pretty decent, all things told. Champion of Champions. The question is, do we just try and 2-0, basically? Do we try and 2-0? Or do we pass here and go for a long final round? Ceres is going to pull on the next turn But this is on one timer, so I think I have to play into this round so that this triggers. To be honest, in which case we play Champion of Champions now. And if he muzzles it, we can muzzle it back. So this is pretty good for us. I guess he had a bad hand. Maybe like a handful of neckers. Nice. So that ate the shot, and then Morky got buffed, which is pretty good. So now I could pass. But I think because I played Champion of Champions, I probably want to play into this round and just drain him, and then we can win with the Sigurdrifer play. So let's just play a Greatsword for now. We also actually have a pretty good hand. The only gold we haven't had is Wild War of the Sea, and only silver is Udalric. So he's pulling more Archospores. Again, I'm just wondering if I want to take this Archospore or how I want to play this. Because I have Muzzle, I don't want to let that trigger for too many turns, but the fact that it hit the Greatsword there is actually really good for us. So we can unlock this. Hopefully he buffs before he gets shot. This is my main concern. Although actually what we can do is just play this Greatsword in the gap. I'm thinking he doesn't have Muzzle. But then if he moves to the back row, he fucks up Champion of Champions, which we don't really want. So let's do this for now. And then we can unlock this one. Oh, or it could die. Or it could res it now. Oh wait, I can kill this with Holger. What am I even doing? Oh, but now it's a 50-50 as to what it hits. Hopefully he doesn't get killed by this boat. Or this Archospore. I'm kind of in an unfortunate position here. So I think we Holger the thing at the back. But then I think it shoots when you kill it as well. So I need to make sure that this Greatsword dude is buffed. Or like, that he doesn't hurt himself, basically. We have reses and stuff, though. So it's generally fine. The question is, which way does this resolve? Because this will kill this. Damage a random enemy by 4. Right, let's get lucky.
Calling me a coward?
That's not quite what we wanted. It's not unlucky though. I didn't want this to get hit. This 1-strength greatsword. Right. How does it work? He got killed! Oh no! That's terrible. So we can res him, and then we can Gedyneith, whatever it's called. He's not going to transform. The problem is we're playing these on the front row.
Modron Freyr is patient, but she brooks no insult.
So we res this one, put him on the front row, and then play this boat with him. And then we can Gedyneith these out of the way. And this way his spear tip doesn't trigger, which is good. I think this is good. Okay. Boost a unit by 2 for each ally with a death wish. Do we just take that? But then it goes to the back row. There's too many things on the back row. This is our issue. And Champion of Champions isn't buffing at the moment. No, we definitely take the Necker. See, I thought that might be what we wanted to take. I'm going to move these to the front row. And the reason we're going to the front row is because I don't want to trigger Spear Tip's transformation. Oh, he's pulling his Neckers now. Interesting. Interesting. I am up in points. I can just take an 8. This is like a 16. Which isn't bad either. But if we take a Necker, it's better in the long term. But he's going to pull a Necker anyway because he's got 2.
You crossed the wrong sorceress.
I guess you go Chironex. But like Chironex, this just eats the Chironex. And then everyone gets buffed. The only issue we have is this is about to run out of targets. We also have 2 17s. Oh, they gave up. There we go. GG. Well played. I mean, we were going to resurrect a gigantic Champion of Champions. Although, actually, if he'd won and Caretakered, then we would have been scuppered. But seems that that wasn't going to be the case. So, pretty nice. Anyway, I'm going to jump into another game and I'll showcase this deck in action once more for you.
I forgive you. this time. Mead! More mead!
Okay, so we're up against spies, which can be a bit of a pain because they can slot them into rows and stop things from happening. Fortunately, we have 3 Flaminicas, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. I just realized in the last game, he could have locked my Champion of Champions and didn't, right? So we get rid of the Raider. Greatsword. We get rid of Ceres. Greatsword. We only have 1 boat. My main concern here is only having 1 boat. We do have a resurrect, though. I think we'll leave it at this. Although we have no gold cards. So maybe we get rid of the Warmonger and hopefully don't draw... Actually, we blacklisted a Raider, so that's fine. Hey, there's another boat. That was actually a worthwhile mulligan. It gives us milling. It gives us the ability to, like... Yeah, to... It gives us the ability to...
Of course, friend.
What am I trying to say? Oh yeah, it gives us the ability to thin our deck. So that's why I was, you know, thinking about keeping it. Because deck thinning is also really good. But as things currently stand, this is okay.
Hide your stench.
So this is good. We don't have a muzzle, unfortunately. So we can't really do anything about the stuff that he's going to play. What am I getting given? Emperor Brigade. Okay, I get what he's going for here. Okay, so I think the best thing to do is maybe just get Champion of Champions going. Or we play the Greatsword. I think we play the Greatsword for now. We can try and bait him into playing units. Basically, we can try and bait him into playing units on the same row as this. It doesn't really matter how we play into this. Wolfsbane's on a 1-turn timer. There's a pass. We pass. Do we have another Greatsword? We have another Greatsword in hand, so this is okay. And we have a res.
Just one more circle.
So when does the Wolfsbane tick? This is the question. That was actually a pretty decent draw. We probably don't need this many boats, though. Oh, that's unfortunate. Unfortunate. So we've got 8 points here. We probably should have actually mulliganed the Imperial Brigade now that I think about it. That would have been more sensible. Do we go for a long round? Long rounds help us. But they also help him. I think we pass. Let's just go for a long round here. The problem is he's going to have a lot of stuff that can intercept our setups. But ultimately, I think having a long round is good.
I strive above all to be just.
He resetted my Morky. So rude. Hopefully we don't... As long as we don't draw a Clan and Crate Raider here, we're pretty much okay. As long as we don't draw a Clan and Crate Raider. Anything else is pretty much okay. Muzzle is good. And then we can blacklist this guy. It means we're keeping the 6, but meh. I should have mulliganed that the last turn. That was kind of silly. This is a good hand. This is a really good hand. What is in my graveyard? A Greatsword. We probably want to res that nice and early. Because if we play... if we res that nice and early, basically what we achieve is... We can leave the front row clear because we don't have any melee units. If we res that nice and early, what we achieve is he doesn't have targets for his Vic of Arrows, although he's probably going to Vic of Arrow the emissaries anyway. Like, he probably wants to just hit emissaries. Donna would have been a really good pull, actually.
Bow before modern Freya.
Let's put this in the middle row. And then set up a boat, and then put something on the left of it. What do we want to put on the left of it? I guess we could put the Imperial Brigade on the left of it. Something to get boosted.
A shame I have no time.
This is kind of annoying because we don't have any clear rows. What did he... He boosted it by 4... He got 9. So he must have gotten a Warmonger. Oh wait, no, they're only 7. Huh, oh well. Doesn't really matter. Let's play the boat. Actually, we could play a Gedyneith Flaminica on the left and pull this Priestess out of the way. It would be decent. And actually, if we pull the Priestess to the row, We also stop the cow carcass from being such a problem.
Ever danced with a daemon in the light of the full moon?
There we go. That'll do. And then she's getting boosted by the boat. So this is pretty good setup. And then we can play Champion of Champions on the front row as well. So this is good. He can't play it, but if he plays Overdose, he just kills the cow. Okay. So let's do that. Let's play that. And if he muzzles it, we just muzzle it back.
Discipline. That is what you
I actually should probably muzzle this, now that I think about it. Stops him from getting quite a lot of points. But then I have to take it to the front row. Which I don't really want to do. Or we set up another greatsword on the back row. Let's do this for now, because at the moment he's getting more points per turn than he'll get, because not every card that he plays is going to be a spy. Although as soon as he spies the front row, then we can probably look to take the Imperial Brigade. I don't get why he's spamming Overdose. She clears weather, but we don't have anything that we want to pull just yet. So we may as well get this set up. You know, like, we can take the attrition points here from the Frost, and that's okay for one turn. And then once he plays something that we want to move, like a spy, then we can play Gedyneith on the middle row and clear that.
Onward, sons of Nilfgaard!
This is probably a better muzzle target. Let's just do that. Unfortunately, it's not smaller, and this gives him points because it turns it into a spy. So it's kind of a shame in that regard. We should probably clear the weather. The good news is now he doesn't think that we have any spies, which we do. Royal Decree. So he's got 2 gold cards left in his deck. Okay, here. So he's got 1 gold card left in his deck. And then he's probably going to pick up, what, the Rot Tosser? Oh wait, no, he's not going to pick anything up. He's not playing Emir. I guess he doesn't care about repeating Emir's mistakes.
Ever danced with a daemon in the light of the full moon?
This one, and then this one. So you want to order it so that they get pulled, you know, like that, so that they're all nicely stacked up. So that the boosting happens nice and linearly, should we say? So this is fine because we can get beneath this, like, off the row. For now, we're just going to leave it and set up another greatsword, such that we have, you know, a really good setup here. Okay, now we want to move both of these. I'm just wondering if we want to move them now or on the next turn.
Bow before modern.
I think we wait. Oh wait, do I not have anything to res? For some reason I thought I had a res target
Shame I have no
in a boat, but apparently not. I've got nothing to resurrect. Like, there's literally nothing in my graveyard. Awkward. And this has to go on the front row. Okay, so Champion of Champions is not getting any bigger. Oh, I get to shoot him. I guess we'll shoot this. Forgot about my Imperial Enforcer. This is a bit strange. Oh, am I gonna get thinged? I don't think I'm gonna get thinged. We're kind of far behind, now that I look at it. This is not so good. But we've got nothing good to discard, because... Oh, nice. I was gonna say we have nothing good to discard because we've discarded everything. Which is kind of awkward. Oh man, Igni would be so nice here. I don't think we're gonna win. I mean, although we're only 7 points behind. There's nothing in my graveyard. Holy shit, because there's nothing in my graveyard, he gets basically fuck all from that. I guess we play the Imperial, right? He's got 1 card. We actually have a decent amount of points here. We have a few.
An interesting choice.
You burn the 1, surely. Oh, go on, give him a Vic of Aromatic. Give him a Vic of Aromatic.
I like to improvise.
I don't think that's... Oh, no! Wait, but I've got all these attrition points, so I think we do win. Jesus Christ, everyone is just resetting. What do I even discard here? I'm gonna just discard this. Man, that emissary was really awkward. We're down 2. We don't even need to play our last card. It's all good. Do we need to play our last card? Actually, we might, because these aren't going to tick trigger till the next turn. We do need to play our last card.
Nature's a fickle.
And we'll just grab these two. Like I say, long rounds. When he didn't disrupt any of these though. He kept putting his ambassadors on the front row, which I guess is just a misplay by this player more than anything. And 161 points, not bad, not too shabby. I'll take it. Hey, that one strength Vic of our medic, but then my resurrect was kind of fucked as well. So you know it kind of messed us both up. I thought for some reason I thought I had a boat in there, but clearly didn't. Anyway, guys, that is the deck. You can see it does perform, I think, pretty decently. It's good fun to play as well. I really enjoy it in terms of the deck, and having the Flaminica basically does help it a lot. And you can get really good value out of champion and champions, or out of your greatswords within the game. So it gives you, you know, lots of options with that. And having that resurrect option with Ceres also gives you a bit more tempo, which I really like, and that's kind of why I enjoy the deck. I think Skellige is really fun to play at the moment. I've been playing a lot of Skellige. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If I misplayed at all, you can feel free to point it out, as you always do. I don't mind, like, it helps me learn. Beyond that, you can always leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. You can find me on Twitter at Jaggerous, and on Twitch, twitch.tv/Jaggerous. Also, the Gentleman talk show runs on Thursdays at twitch.tv/Gentleman. That is a Gwent talk show. I am one of the hosts, along with Swim and Dale, and we have a guest each week. So if you want to catch that on Thursdays at 10 PM CET, on twitch.tv/Gentleman. Have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!